moved to Qatar 5 years ago, shortly after they won the bid to host the 2022 World Cup. And once I got there, I was producing and directing news and documentaries, some of which were about migrant workers. But because this topic is so sensitive in the country, and because media restrictions are pretty significant, a lot of those stories we had to operate either undercover to produce them, or we had to hide people's identities. And I just felt like that lost, the human touch. I'm Adam Sobel. I'm the director of the Workers' Cup, which is premiering in the World Documentary Competition at Sundance. And my son is sleeping just in the other room, so I have to be quiet. The film follows a soccer tournament for migrant workers. The tournament is called the Workers' Cup, and it's sponsored by the same committee that's organizing the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And immediately when the tournament was announced, we saw it as an opportunity to gain access into the country's labor camps, which are heavily restricted. We were able to spend more than a year going in and out of our character's labor camp, which certainly is access that's unprecedented and allowed us enough time to really reveal the story in a way that was very personal and very surprising and takes people into a world that they've never been before. When I set out to make this film, I just wanted to make the characters proud. And I wanted to create empathy rather than sympathy. I think that there's a narrative that exists that these, migrant workers are just casualties of circumstance. They're just victims. And I think that there's so much more than that. And they're individuals with their own hopes, their own dreams, their own struggles, their own sacrifices. And that's beautiful. We couldn't tell anybody that we got access because we were worried if certain people in the country found out, we would be shut down and the film would be stopped. So for 2 years, we just told no one. And we just were operating in the dark, and that led to a lot of doubts. That led to, a lot of anxiety that the film would never even see the light of day. And that's why it is, just so exciting and frankly humbling that we are now premiering at Sundance and that the film has this platform to share the voices of our character and really speak for itself.